so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for not listening to the chatter and coming forward with an open mind so that you can receive what we believe to be the most incredible finding of our time. Today we're going to hear from myself and Michael Mazzola, two humble documentary filmmakers that started to make a film about something just because we were kind of interested in it, but what actually transpired and what you're about to hear next is the biggest privilege that Michael and I have ever had to experience in our lifetime, and we can't wait to share it all with you. You're also going to hear from the legendary Jaime Maussan, who has travelled here with a group of scientists and his lawyer to deliver this incredibly important information face to face with the American media. You'll also hear from Adam Curry, who is a very highly decorated inventor and who's also accompanied Michael and I on this expedition as we delve deeper into trying to figure out what these tridactyl beings are and where they came from. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to my producing partner, Michael Mazzola. Michael Mazzola is an award-winning filmmaker. You're probably all aware of his titles, his biggest being Unacknowledged and Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Michael is a very skeptical, very cynical person him to make a documentary about these tridactyl beings because I knew that if anybody was going to fact check, it would be him. So I'm going to hand it over to Michael now so he can talk a little bit about where we've been and what we've learned so far.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Like many of you, last year I saw the viral story where Jaime Maussan brought what was described as dead aliens in front of the Mexican Congress. And the story blew up, a lot of people had a laugh, and I had tons of people asking me, is it real, is it fake? And I had no idea, but I had a strong suspicion that this was fake. So my producing partner, Serena DC, and I, we decided to go down to Mexico City and do our own investigation. And when we got there, it was immediately clear that this story was much more complicated and much more interesting than what the general public has been shown. So first of all, the caliber of scientists involved in this case is exceptional, as you're going to see today. You're going to hear from many of these guys. Number two, none of the people involved are claiming that these are aliens. Let me repeat that. None of the people involved are claiming that these are extraterrestrials. These are 1,000-year-old beings. They seem to represent a new species. And the DNA analysis that's been done so far on some of the beings suggests that they are genetic experiments or genetically engineered. Which begs the question, who had the ability to do genetic engineering 1,000 years ago? And finally, no one involved, none of these scientists are saying, the science is settled, you have to believe us. These guys have been very open about the work that's been done so far and the work that needs to happen in the future. And they are calling on, we're all calling on the global scientific community to step up and participate in this process. You know, come forward, review, scrutinize, criticize, hopefully replicate the work that's been done, and let's take it to the next level, and let's figure out what these beings are and where they came from. When I was sitting in Jaime's office looking at the two original beings that went viral, the ones that he brought in front of the Mexican Congress, I had people sending me a breaking news. All these articles coming out saying the Peruvian officials have examined these bodies, they've confiscated them, and they're just dolls. And if you Google this, you'll see photographs. And yeah, they kind of look like the bodies that Jaime presented to Congress, but they're wearing dresses and hats, and they look ridiculous. And I'm sitting there reading these stories, and I have the actual bodies 2 feet in front of me, and I realize these are not the same specimen. And somebody, for some reason, is trying to inject confusion into this situation, which is what we're here to clear up today. Then Jaime invited us to go down to Peru to see the new bodies, which are incredible, and you're going to get to see these in depth today. We don't know what they are, but they are 1,000 years old. They are not chicken bones. They are not paper mache. They are not cake art. And they are unlikely to be an elaborate hoax. We're calling on the global scientific community to step up, don't take our word for it, participate. Let the scientific process run its course. I feel a personal responsibility to lend a voice to these beings because whatever they are, wherever they came from, they can't speak for themselves. And there's been so many lies and obfuscation and confusion. And today is about clarity, and it's about getting to the truth. I am so honored to be a part of this team, which is led by legendary Mexican investigator Jaime Maussan. He's been an award-winning journalist for longer than I've been alive. He's the head of 60 Minutes in Mexico. And in my opinion, getting to know him, he is one of the heroes of this story. He's been working selflessly for 7 years to stop these beings from disappearing into private collections on the black market. He's trying to preserve them for the people of Peru and for all of us. So I'm very proud to hand the mic over to my friend Jaime.
This is probably the most important story ever, the biggest finding ever. If this proves to be true, then we are, as journalists, in front of the most important assignment that we have ever had. None of the scientists that have participated in this investigation says that these are ETs. However, I think they could be extraterrestrials. There are two important reasons to consider. They have metals inside, metals that are toxic to any organism, like osmium, like pure silver. Who put them there more than 1,000 years ago? They could be instruments. They could be communication devices. The second reason is because Maria, the so-called tridactyl, we don't want to call them mummies anymore. They are tridactyls because the finding is it's bigger than we thought. We have found many, many bodies, all of them tridactyls. We will present two of them today. And as I said, Maria is the only of these creatures. Well, there are two kind of creatures, the small ones that we presented at the Congress, and Maria. Maria looks humanoid. It's not human 100% because through the analysis of the DNA, that, by the way, is public, has been published in an American library for DNAs, and is open to anyone to investigate, and that's very important. And I have not received any comments about that. But according to that DNA, Maria has 4 different genes. One from bonobos, one from chimpanzees, one from human, and one part of unknown. Maria is a tridactyl, like all of the other bodies. Maria in many ways looks human, but the bones are thicker. And there are many differences in the head, in the eyes. We will talk about that. The scientists will talk about that today. Besides Maria, it's also something that could be related probably to the old gods. The gods that were present in Peru and Mexico, by the way. And that is why it's so important, and we could consider these creatures also as possibly it is. The time will tell. The most important reason we are here doing this press conference is to call to all the American scientists who wants to get involved in this. We are so secure. We feel so safe behind this investigation that we call anyone that wants to come in. We wanted to bring the bodies today here for you to see. But it was impossible. You know why it was impossible? Because Peru wouldn't allow that, and the United States wouldn't allow that. We need to open these barriers because we, the people of the world, need the truth. Just recently, a week ago, Aro said that there are no evidence that the Pentagon is hiding regarding bodies and craft. And we, society of the world, want the truth. The difference here is that we have the bodies. We have the physical evidence. And that's what is not going to disappear just because some people want that to happen. The bodies are real. My friends here, Michael and Serena, went to Mexico and they were really amazed what they saw. They went to Peru. They were with us when we received new bodies. We were there together. And they know this is true. This is not some bunch of people doing strange things. Okay, I want to present this video. Please, if you can run it. Brad, if you want to run my video, please. Because I'm going to explain here with evidence that the Minister of Culture of Peru is wrong about this. Okay, this on the left is the body that was analyzed by the Minister of Culture. The one in the right is the body that we presented at the Congress of Mexico. The difference is very clear. If we see the full body, we will see that one of them was assembled, the one on the left, the other one is absolutely different. We don't know where this body was found, the one in the left. We don't know. We don't know if it was with them. It doesn't look like. We don't know the date. I mean, there was no 14 done to the one in the left. There is 1,000 years old carbon-14 test for the one in the right. The one in the right has some metal. Can you see the difference? Can you see how the one in the right is completely organic, as the doctors, the scientists will explain? The differences are very clear. It has eggs. The eggs are organic. And please check all the details. Look the difference. The bones, the one in the left are separated. The one in the right, they are, joined together. The head is so different. Here you can see the fake one, or the one, it's not fake, but probably it's old, probably it's 1,000 years old, probably was something that was put in the tongue. I don't know, because they didn't give us the information. You see the details of the body that is not the organic one. And this is Flavio Estrada. He is the man who did this investigation. And he claims that this is the same. You have to remember, after I presented, well, first, these bodies were found at the airport in Callao, in Lima, in October last year. They confiscated them and made analysis. But the man who made them told the Minister of Culture, I made them, they are artesanal, they are handcraft bodies.
Finally, as a result of our investigations, the research team has come to the
Okay.
conclusion that the
Can you, when we stop the video, what happened?
Sorry guys, the audio's just gone down on the live stream, so we just need 2 minutes to get that back
Please.
up. I'm so sorry, Mike.
Sorry. You can think about it. I need to see it. Sorry. that kind of things happen, you know.
Però la ragazza non le prese corpinite sul tiro.